Name is Ayedun Kayode, and you're welcome to my fresh and new YouTube channel. Well, I'm excited to have you guys on my channel, and I thank you for taking time out to check out this video. This is my first video on this channel, and I promise you it will be so informative for you, and you will be glad you watched it. Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the beginners tutorial on how to use Canva. I'm sure you've heard of Canva, and I'm sure you are probably using Canva already, and you would like to get used to the interface more and know more things about the interface. Well, if you are a beginner or you are a user of Canva already, this tutorial is for you, because I'll be taking you through the basic to the intermediate aspect of Canva. Okay, so Canva is a design software. Is a design software that gives you this flexibility of working with already made templates. Already made templates in the sense that we have designs that are already designed by graphic designers, and these designs are fixed into Canva in a way that you could practically edit all these designs to your own taste. You could put your own elements, you could replace elements in an already made design and make it your own and put in your own informations, and it just makes things very easy for you, because you don't have to start a design from the scratch. You don't have to worry yourself about how your design layout would look like. You don't have to worry yourself about the elements to use in a design. It just Canva just makes things very easy for you, such that you only have to replace the elements in a template. Without much further ado, let's dive right in. So to start with, we are going to enter the Canva address, which is canva.com. As you can see, it already brings it out. I'm a regular customer of Canva, so my Chrome already knows that's where I'm going as soon as I type C. Okay, so we visit canva.com. Okay, now let me mention that Canva is also available for your mobile device. So if you don't have a PC, do not be disappointed, because it is available on your mobile device. So all you have to do is go to your Chrome, your browser on your mobile device, and enter Canva and visit canva.com, and you will have something that looks like this. Not there's another interface, mobile interface. Okay, so but you could do most of the things on the system. Most of the things you could do on your laptop or your PC, you could do them on your phone too. So that's the good thing about Canva. It's so easy. Okay, so this is the Canva interface. I know some might be thinking it's overwhelming, but believe me, there's nothing overwhelming about this interface. It's just straight and direct. There's nothing complicated about it. Okay, so if you go through the menu, you see this is the home tab. We're currently on the home tab right now. So this is the home page. This is the home page. This is where what loads up when you enter the address, and here we have designs. So Canva gives templates for designs at their various sizes. Let's say, for example, an Instagram post. An Instagram post comes with its own preset size, so to say. Instagram has its own size. Like when you check your Instagram page, all the pictures you see they have their own, they have a required size they have to be in. So an Instagram post has its own dimension. It has a dimension it has to be. For example, Instagram post always carries the dimension of 1000 by 80 pixels. 1000 by 1080 by 1080 pixels. Okay, let's put it that way. So that is the normal dimension for an Instagram post. Okay, so under the templates, here, or under the designs, when you go to Instagram, it gives you the templates of Instagram posts. Let's click on it and see what I'm talking about. So it says here design for Instagram, and when you scroll down, you get to choose the various kind of designs you want to make for your Instagram. Okay, so you can see here it says Instagram size guide, Instagram inspiration. So it gives you inspirations. It says our designers know how to inspire. Check out some of their favorite Instagram designs for ideas. Okay, so Canva will give you various design ideas. Let's say you are baking a cake, or you bake cakes, or you sell shoes, whatever product you render, they will give you design ideas that you could actually work with, and it just makes things easy for you. Let's click on Instagram inspiration and see what we have there. Okay, so now you can see design ideas here. Okay, these are Instagram photo ideas. Okay, so let's say you are into restaurants as fast food selling. You could actually use this. You see, you could edit it to your own taste. Okay, but I won't want us to go right into it. I just wanted us to see the different templates we have. So there are so many templates. I'll still show you where to get so much more templates. Okay, these are just design ideas for you. Okay, so we'll still go right there. So these are design inspiration. These are Instagram design inspiration. Okay, so to get started, let's go back home now. To get started on Canva, first things first. Okay, you have to create an account. Okay, because Canva is majorly online. You don't work offline on Canva. Okay, that's a downside, but it's actually an advantage for me, because all your jobs are saved online. Okay, so when you log in on another system or on another phone, or you log into Canva, you get to meet your designs wherever you go, whether you're using your device or not, or you're using someone else's device. All you have to do is to log in, and all your designs will be there. I will show you that. Okay, so to start with Canva, we have to sign up. We click on the sign up here. Okay, so it gives you the three options of either signing up with your Google account, or you sign up with your Facebook, or you use an external email. Whichever one you would like, you could go with them, but most of the times I would advise Google signing up with Google. Okay, because it just makes things easier. I don't know why, but Google has been integrated into so many things. You never know, it could have its own advantage. So we sign up with Google. Okay, and if you don't have Google, you could use your Facebook, whichever one. I'm not being specific about which method to use. Okay, so it would ask for your email address. I'll just put in my email address now. And after putting in your email address, you click on next. You input your password. It will ask you for your password. So I'm going to put in my password, and after putting your password, you click on next. Okay, so when you've done that, it should bring up an interface that looks like this. So I am now logged in to my personal account on Canva. As you can see, this is a sign. That's key. That's a sign that I am logged in into Canva right now. So this is how Canva would look like when you are logged in. And before we go on, I would like to say that Canva actually has a pro version, that is a premium version or a paid version. This version has some features, some specific, some unique features that you could use and are not available on the free version. So when you register, you are on the free version. So maybe you might want to take your design one step further and want to go for the pro version. You're going to have to pay for the Canva Pro version to get some features. Like there are some templates, there are some beautiful templates that are premium version and you have to pay before you could actually use them. But I must say, most of the templates you would actually need, basically you could get them on the free version. But maybe for one reason or the other, you might want to step up your design and get some premium designs for yourself, and you might want to pay for the pro version. Meanwhile, in my next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this pro version for free. Okay, so I will be showing you guys how you can actually get this pro version without actually paying a dime. Okay, this is for educational purpose only. So I'll be showing you in my next tutorial how to do that. Okay, so now that we are logged into the Canva interface, this is how it will look like. So like I was trying to explain the other time, Canva comes with various templates for different social media handles. Like for an Instagram story, if you would like to design an Instagram story, you also have to click on this here and it will give you a template of Instagram stories. Okay, if you would like to design for an Instagram post, you just have to click on this and it will give you a template for an Instagram post. Okay, so the list goes on and on. If it's a LinkedIn banner, that's the banner for your LinkedIn account. You want to design a banner, you could do that. So all these things, if you are a freelancer, this Canva would just come in handy for you. It could be so useful. Okay, like for YouTubers, you might want to design a YouTube thumbnail. Most of the YouTube thumbnail you see are designed with Canva these days because it is just easy and seamless designing those thumbnails on Canva. If you don't know what a thumbnail is, let's say you log in into, or you would like to watch a YouTube video, and the pictures you see on those videos you want to watch, sometimes you see those pictures, they are so inviting. There are pictures that would compel you to click on them and would want to watch that video. Okay, so these pictures are actually created, they're actually designed so as to compel people to click on the YouTube videos, to make them click on the YouTube videos and see what's in the video. Okay, so these thumbnails are actually designed. They are designed on Canva or some other, but it's so much easy to design these thumbnails on Canva. So most of these things will be going through them. You can see you can design posters, you can design flyers, you can design infographics, brochures, newsletters, and so much more on Canva. You can see, I was saying it the other time, you could design a logo. So let's say you're a business owner, you're a new business owner, and you just want to get started with an easy logo. So what you just have to do is come to Canva and you create your own logo yourself. We'll go through that as we progress, but right now I want to put you through the major things on the interface. I might not be going through everything because of the time, but I'll take you through the major things you would need to know to get started on Canva. Okay, so right at the left here we have all your designs. This is where all the designs you create on Canva are stored. So Canva has made it in a way that your designs are saved on your account. Okay, so when you make a design on Canva, it is saved on your Canva account. That's what I was saying the other time, that you could actually have access to your designs anywhere, anytime, on any device. In as much as you log into your account, your designs will be right there. So when you click on all your designs, it brings out your former designs, all the designs you've done before. You can see these are some of the previous designs I have done. So it saves them, it saves your designs in here. You can see all your designs. So that's another good thing about Canva. The next thing here is share with you. You could share your designs with your friends online on Canva. Okay, so your friends that are also on Canva anyway. So instead of going to WhatsApp to share your designs, you could actually share these designs through Canva. Okay, you just click and share with whosoever you would like to share with, who is on Canva. I think this is a pro feature anyway, but like I said, in my next video I'll be showing you how to get access to the pro version for free. Okay, so the next feature here is brand kit. This is good for branding, for consistency in your branding. It's also a premium version, so you might not have access to it as a free user on Canva, but you could wait for my next video and have access to it and know how to have access to it. But what this majorly does is it allows you to maintain a form of consistency in your branding. Let's take for example now your logo. Your logo has some colors. Let's say the colors on your logo is yellow and blue, and you would want to maintain these colors. Like yellow could have like 100 or more than 100 shades of yellow, but you would want to maintain one shade, okay, within all your designs. So to do that, you just have to input your palette code here, your color code, that's what we call it. So this is the color code for this yellow, and you save it. Okay, let's say you still have one more color. Let's say we have orange, this particular shade of orange. I think this is orange, right? Okay, so we have this orange, and you want to save it as your brand color. Okay, so now this is saved. You could easily use it anywhere, whether you're building a logo, you could apply it. And also it allows you to maintain consistency in your fonts. Let's say you have a brand font, you could choose your brand font right here. Let's say your font is Montserrat. You choose Montserrat here. Okay, it's popping up now. It's saying try Canva Pro for free. So this is this feature is for a paid version of Canva, but I would show you how you could use it for free in my next video. Okay, so let's go into the next thing on Canva. We have other things here. We have content planner, we have creating a team. You can plan your content whichever way, and so many other things. All your folders, you could create folders for your designs. Okay, all your designs, this is where my designs are. If you like, you could create a new folder for your designs, and if you want to group your designs, and so it will be easy for you to identify them, you could do that. But for me, all my designs are saved here. I get all my designs here. Okay, so let's go back home, and here, what will you design? Okay, so here also you have this templates for you. If you would like to design an Instagram post, it's already in its preset dimension, like I said. So the dimension is 1080 by 1080. So you just have to click and select the template you want, and boom, All you have to do is replace the elements, change pictures, change text. We are still going to dive right into that. Okay, so if it's a Facebook post you want to do, the preset dimension is also there. You just choose and it gives you different templates. If it's an Instagram story, to give you ideas, different kind of ideas for Instagram stories. If it's your story on Facebook or anywhere, this is it. If it's on your WhatsApp status, you could get ideas here too. Okay, so to get started, we go to create a design right here. Okay, we click on create a design, and then it brings out suggestions for you, whether it's a logo you want to create, or whether it's a flyer, whether it's a desktop prototype, an Instagram post, and banners, business cards, in an A4 document, infographics, and the list goes on and on. So it will suggest for you. But if you have your own, these suggestions are based on the sizes of these things. So like a flyer, this flyer is 210 by 297 mm. That's an A4 flyer. Okay, so let's not go into all those dimensions now. But if you have a custom size in which you want your design to be designed in, you just come to the custom size and input it. Like I said before, an Instagram post is normally 4 by 4 inches or 1080 by 1080 pixels. Okay, so if you have a custom size, you click on custom size and you input the size of the design you want. If you don't have any size in mind, okay, let's say you want to design an Instagram post, you don't really know what the size is, or you want to design a flyer and you don't want to go through the trouble of entering the custom size. This is majorly for people who know the size they want. Okay, but if you don't know the size you want, that is why we have these templates on ground here for you. That is why these templates are available here. You can see Instagram post, posters, and you could also come here and choose whichever one you want. If it's a flyer you want to do, you could come here. Okay, so if by chance you don't know the size you want, you could choose either of these options here. Okay, so now let's say we are creating a flyer. Okay, because that's the major things we create as business owners to advertise ourselves. Let's click on flyer now. So Canva will load on a new tab and it will bring out templates, designs that has been made, flyer designs that has been made, with which you can work with, and you would just have to edit them and put in your own details and elements and make them your own. Okay, so these templates are going to load up here. My network is okay, so it's coming up. You can see these are the available templates. You can see the templates for flyers right here. So let's say I want to create a flyer for a church flyer. Okay, this is actually nice. I would have loved to use it, but you can see it's a pro version. These are pro versions, and this is the importance of having a pro version. You see how beautiful some of these templates are, and you would want to use them. Well, I will show you, like I said, I will show you in my next video how to get these pro versions for free. Okay, so we want to design, what do we want to design now? Okay, let's see, I'm looking for a beautiful template that we can work with. You can see there are so many options that you are so confused about which one to go with. You are so overwhelmed with choices. Okay, so these are church flyers, for example. Now you can see these are church flyers. If you want to design the church flyer, okay, let's see this. Oops, my network is gone. Let's reload that and and make it come up. Okay, so it's loading. Oh, come on now, don't do this. Okay, so it's coming up. So before it comes up, this is our design space. It's called Canva. This space here is actually called Canva, and we could also refer to it as our design space. So it is on this, you can see it's been highlighted as I hover my mouse over it. This is where we get to put all the elements for our designs. Whatever we click here comes right into this design space. Okay, so the design templates are back. So you just look through and check whichever design idea goes along with the idea you have in mind. Okay, we said we were going to design a church flyer. Okay, so this is a church flyer. I just click on it once and you see it comes right into our design space. Okay, revival worship, so you click on it and it comes up. Okay, I don't know why I think it's the network. All right, so now that we've imported the design layout we want, which is this one, we can now start to edit our design. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom this in. If you want to zoom in, this is the option here. You could drag this slider to zoom in and you could return it back to zoom out. Okay, so you could select here and choose the percentage of zooming you want. Okay, so now as I over my mouse over all these elements, you can see each of them are being highlighted. Okay, that's a sign that all of them are editable. Okay, so everyone you can see that are being highlighted, every text being highlighted right here are all editable. So I could change the font. I could click and type a new text for this revival worship right here, the sermon and everything. They are all editable, and I could also import pictures. I could upload pictures, upload other elements. Okay, so now let's start to edit this image we have here. Okay, so now what I want us to do is to change this to our own theme. We have revival worship here. Okay, so to change this, I will click on this once and then you will see options here. These options are to edit this particular text that has been clicked on. Okay, so now we have the font here. We could change the font, and here we could change the font size, and here we could change the text color. You can see text color here. We could change we could make it bold. This font probably doesn't allow for changing of text weight. That's why it's faded out. We could make it italics, and we could also select the alignment right here. We could also change the bullets, and if I select bullet, you can see it gives the text some bullets. If I select it again, it gives it numbers. You can see it gives it serial numbers, and clicking it again returns it back to its normal state. Okay, so this is for letter spacing and line spacing. Now what this letter spacing means is it gives space between these alphabets. All right, so it increases the space between these alphabets. Let me increase it and you see. So you can see spaces are given between the alphabets. You can see the distance now. So I will just return it back to its normal state, which is the about 0. Okay, so now line spacing is for the spacing between the words. All right, the spacing between here and here. If I increase it, you would see it go down. All right, so the spacing is being increased. and you can reduce the spacing like so. All right, so I'll put it back to its normal state. So that is what line spacing and letter spacing are all about. Okay, another option we have here are effects. Okay, so under effects we have shadow, we have the lift. This shadow we add, you can see it gives it another dimension. All right, so it gives it drop shadow and it gives it a form of feel, a form of texture to it. It gives it life. All right, so that is what shadows could do to your design. You can see how it has changed the dimension of this. And also when we go back to the effects, we have other effects here like the neon sign. You can see it has brightened up the text, and you could also choose the color of this neon sign. All right, the intensity of the neon rather, so you can reduce it and you can see the intensity changing here. It increases, or you can choose the glitch. You can see the glitch sign on top of the text. You can see the feel it has given this text now. That is the glitch sign. And we have, okay, we've done the drop shadow, we have the echo, and so many. You can see the feel all these effects gives to it. So you could choose from numerous effects right here. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to none. I don't want to change it yet. We're still going to change it and put whatever we want. Okay, so now I want us to edit this text and change it to something else. Now we have revival worship. All right, so I want us to change it to our own theme. Now to do that, okay, I'll click outside here. If you don't want to click on anything, or you don't want to highlight anything, you just click outside here. Okay, so now I want to edit this. All I'll do is I'll double click on this text. You can see the revival is highlighted, just the revival, but if I want to edit both of them, I highlight both of them like so, and I press my backspace. Okay, then I enter the text I want to put in. Let's say musical, or let's say music concert. All right, music concert. Okay, so that's the new theme for my program. Okay, the program I'm designing for. Okay, so now I have it changed to music concert. And just like I said, when you click on a text or an element, you have options here to edit the text from. Okay, so now if you would like to change the font, you click right here to change the font. Okay, so when you click, it brings out options to change your font. Okay, if you would like the Montserrat semi bold, you click on it and you can see it's changed to Montserrat. Okay, but I'll be going back to the normal font by clicking this. So if you want to go back to your previous settings or you want to redo, you just click on this arrow, or there are two ways to it. You either click on this arrow here, or you click on, or you on your keyboard you press Ctrl Z rather. Okay, so you press Ctrl Z to go back to the previous settings. Okay, so what we can also do to this text here is we can reduce we can decrease and increase the font size. Okay, to decrease the font size we use this minus, and to increase it we use this plus. Okay, or we could enter the figure. Let's say we want it to be 100, we just enter 100 here and click outside this box, and boom, we have 100 as our size. Okay, so I'm going to go back to let's do 150, and you click outside of this box and we have 150 as our size here. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here. All right, so I'll click over it again. Now this option is to change the color of the text. Okay, remember you always have to click on the element first before you have these options here. All right, so when you click on it, it gives you the option to change the color. So to change this color, you click on this text color, and you have the options of changing your colors over here. Let's say I want it to be this color. I just select this and it changes. I want it to be blue. I select blue and it changes. Okay, or maybe the colors are not on this list here. I just go to add new color, and it brings out a the color palette here. So I get to select whichever one shade of color I want from here. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the white because I prefer the white color. Okay, so that is how to change your color for your element. Okay, so all right, so the next thing we are going to do now is to change the background of this design. We are going to replace this background where we have some people raising up their hands. We are going to change it with our own background. Remember, we are trying to make this design ours. We are not totally going to use all the templates that has been designed earlier on. We are going to replace some things and make it ours. Okay, so to do that, first of all, we would come to this element here. Okay, we are looking for backgrounds. All right, so we'll come to these elements, click on background, and it will bring out some results for you. And let's say the kind of backgrounds you're looking for are not available on this list. What you would do is come to the search button here, and you could search for a keyword that you would want. Let's say church service, because we actually need a background that goes along with the sample we have here. Okay, so we have church services pictures here. So I'm going to scroll and check if there's anyone that will be useful for this design. Okay, we're looking for a nice background that will go along with this. Okay, this looks more like it. Okay, so let's choose this. Okay, we just click on it once and it comes to our design layout here. Okay, now it's not yet our background. You can see it's within our text. All right, so it's not yet our background. So now to make it our background, what you would do, this is a shortcut to it. What you do is you drag this particular image and put it on the layer of the back. You can see as I hover my mouse over this picture, it highlights the whole background. All right, so it's outside this margin. Okay, so it highlights the whole background. Now to change your background, what you need to do is you click and drag this image on top of the layer of the background. Now as I reach on top of the layer, you can see Canva suggests to me that to make this my background, you can see it's already highlighting the whole background with this picture I just inserted. Okay, so you just drop it. All right, so now you have this as your background automatically. Okay, so now this is the background. It has been changed to the picture we just imported right from here. All right, okay, so now we have a background for our flyer. What we can also do to this background is we could also edit it. You know, like I said, if you want to edit an element, just click on it. Now we are hovering over the background. We just click on it once and you can see these options here. With these we can edit this background. Okay, so now let's go to edit image, and it loads up with options for us here. So now we have different kind of options with which you could edit our background. All right, so let's see the brightness. If you want to increase the brightness of the background, you can see as I increase this slider, the brightness increases, and as I bring it back, you can see the brightness reducing. All right, so I'm just going to put it back at 0, and look at the contrast. You could change the contrast. You can see this is the adjustment for the contrast. Let's look at what will be fine for us. Let's look at what will be fine for us. Okay, so -15 is fine. Now we go to the saturation. Increase the saturation a little bit, and this will be fine. Okay, so we also have other options. We have filters here that we can apply to the background. We have the epic. You can see it gives it a cool feel. All right, so it gives the background a cool feel. We have the festive. You can see the effects it gives it, and we have other filters, and you can also click on see all to check on other filters. Okay, so I'll just choose the epic filter because I think I like it and it looks nice. All right, and then let's reduce the brightness. Do we reduce the brightness? I think we should go with this. Let's reduce, maybe we should reduce the contrast. All right. Yeah, so whatever works well for you. I wouldn't want to waste too much time making this a perfect design, but you can play along, and whichever settings works well for you. All right, so we have this already as our design. Okay, so now let's get rid of this. It won't work well with our design. So to do that, there are two ways to it. You could either click on it and press the delete button on your keyboard, or you could click and drag it out of your design interface, and it goes off. All right, so it goes off like that. That has been deleted, and we have that out of our way. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Now as I bring this, you could see some lines. All right, you could see some lines. These are called smart guides. If you are used to Photoshop or CorelDRAW, we also have these lines over there. So these lines guides you and make sure your work is well aligned. Now it is showing that the element I am moving is aligned horizontally and vertically to the page. Okay, so that's why we have this cross sign over there. Now if I move it, you can see it's no longer aligned to the center, but if I move it back here, you can see it's showing that it is horizontally aligned. All right, so these lines are there to help you and make sure your design layouts are well structured. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this here. Okay, so the same way we edited this music concert, we could also come over here and edit all this. All right, so let's edit this Pastor Ben Peterson right now. Let's put in the name of our own pastor. So to do that, what would you do? You would double click on it and it highlights everything. You press backspace, it deletes it. So you put in the text you would like to input. So I'm just going to put Pastor Emmanuel Dimka, whosoever that is. Okay, so let's go along with Pastor Emmanuel Dimka. And right here we could also do the same thing, but now that it highlights everything, if I should press anything on my keypad, it deletes everything. But let's say I don't want to delete all, I just want to edit maybe the date. Okay, if it highlights everything this way, you just bring your cursor right over where you would want to edit and click it once. All right, so now we have the cursor blinking over here. So now I can delete this November and put in September. What now? Okay, let's put September 5. Yeah, because September 5 is my birthday. So let's make this music concert on my birthday, because I didn't get to do much on my previous birthday. So let's have a music concert for my birthday. That would be nice, right? That's going to be for next year anyway, because this year birthday is gone. All right, so now we have this. Okay, Now we have this. I have just edited this. You could do everything, edit it and put whatever you would like. So that is it. And if you want to move this, you just have to click and drag it. All right, click and drag, and you can see these lines showing you how to send, making sure your work is well centralized. All right, so now it is centralized and you could move it anywhere you would want. I'm scrolling with my mouse wheel, in case you're wondering how I'm getting to how I'm scrolling. So I'm using a mouse, an external mouse, so you could scroll with your mouse wheel. All right, so now I want us to add an effect to this text right here, like a drop shadow. So to add that, you come to your effect. Remember, I had to click on the text first, and I went over to effect and over to, you could come over to your drop shadow here. So I'm just going to click on it. Wow, you can see that, you can see the effect we have with this drop shadow. Now the drop shadow comes with some other settings like the offset. It gives you the ability to control the direction of the drop shadow, like so. Now you can see we have a 3D effect already. You can control the direction of this drop shadow like so. And the blurry effect, the transparency, here you could change the color right here. Let's go for red. You can see we have red there. Now if you want yellow, orange, like as you want, whichever color you want to go for, but I think red looks good. All right, with whatever works for you. I don't have the time to go through all the nitty-gritty of graphics design rules now. Okay, so whatever works for you is fine. Okay, all right, so we have this effect on our music concert right now, and I want to make sure it is well centralized. Okay, and now I want to move these two elements upwards together. Okay, I don't want to move them independently. Let's say moving one and moving the other at the same time. Let me press Ctrl Z to go back. So I want to move the two of them at the same time. How do I do that? I'll click on this, and then on my laptop I'll press on the Shift button and click on it also, and then I'll click on any of the elements and drag it up. Okay, drag it up. All right, and whenever I'm okay, I'll release it and I have it positioned where I want. All right, you know what, let's change this to music by, it's a music concert, right? So let's change it to music by Pastor Emmanuel Dimka, right? Music by Pastor Emmanuel Dimka, since it's a music concert. Okay, so we have that, and I would want to move these up because I would want us to put in the picture of maybe the guest artist or whosoever is Pastor Emmanuel Dimka. Okay, yeah, so we have this now. I'll be teaching you how to upload a picture, how to put a picture into your design. Okay, sometimes you might want to put your social media icons, your social media handles, your pictures, you want to put some elements, you want to put videos, whatever you want to put. You can see here we have photos. So if you want to put photos, you could do that right here. All right, and it loads up for you. It brings up tons and tons and tons of pictures you could actually choose from. All right, so now I want to put in a picture frame. As most of the flyers you see that the pictures are inserted into maybe a rounded picture frame. Okay, rounded picture frames. So I want to do that. To do that, you go to the elements, and over here we are going to search for frames. It's called frames. Okay, frames. All right, this is it. So click on it and it should load up the frames. You can see these are picture frames. So inside of these frames you could insert your pictures. All right, so now to do that, I'm just going to click this. I will be using this. I'll click it once and you can see it brings up the frame here. All right, so I'm going to bring this down here. You can see the frame is so big. So to adjust the size of an element, when you click upon it, when you click on the element, when you click on an element, sorry, I'm using the Bible tautology, sorry. When you click upon it, so when you click upon it, you have this anchor point, which gives you the freedom to adjust the size of an element. Okay, so when you hover over the edges, you can see it changes to some to an arrow sort of. So with this you could adjust the size. You just click and drag and bring it down. Okay, so now the size is reduced. Okay, now we have this size, and if you're not okay with it, you could still click and drag it down and you would have this size. Okay, so now I want 3 of these frames here. Okay, there are 2 ways to it. You could come back here and click, and you would have to drag and make it the same size again, or a shortcut is to right click and copy, and then right click and paste. So now we have 2 of it here. You drag it and position it. You can see the smart guide giving me the positioning of these circles, making sure they are both aligned together. So that's another advantage of these smart guides. Okay, so now I want another 3rd picture frame. I just come here, right click, and then I paste. Okay, so now I have the 3rd frame. Now like I said earlier, what this frame is used for is to import pictures. Okay, you can put in pictures into these frames. There are 2 ways to put pictures. You could either upload your picture and just put it anywhere outside, but it won't be framed. But when you want it framed inside of a frame, like you want it rounded, okay, that's when you use the frame option. So you come here and search for frames, and you have different kind of frames. Okay, so now let's put the picture of Pastor Emmanuel Dimka here. I don't know who Pastor Emmanuel Dimka is, and I keep referring to him. Well, these are some of the pictures I've uploaded, I've used for my previous designs. These are my pictures. So I want us to go over how I imported these pictures. I would have just chosen one of these pictures, but I want you to see how it's done. Okay, so you go to upload media. That's if you want to choose a picture from your own directory, from your own file, personal file. You don't want to go online, because if you want to go online, there you could actually come here and check for pictures. All right, but if you want to upload from your phone, you come to upload, and then you come to upload media right here, and you select it, and you look for the picture of Pastor Dimka. I'm on my phone directory right now. Sorry, on my system directory. You might not be. Oh well, you should be seeing it. Okay, so let's use my picture as Pastor Emmanuel Dimka. I might one day be a pastor. Who knows? Okay, so although I'm not ready yet. Okay, so I'm still doing some YouTube videos for you right now. Okay, so I have this picture selected. I've just imported this picture, so it's here now. So when you select it, you have the picture here. Okay, so now you have to drag this picture, and before that, let me show you an easy way through some of these things. Now we have so much elements here that sometimes it just gets things so complicated. You find it difficult to select a particular element within other elements. Okay, so now the best bet to do towards the best solution for this is for you to lock some elements you are done with. Okay, like this music concert, we are done with it. The pastor Emmanuel Dimka, we are done. Okay, so now we are going to lock it so we don't mistakenly shift them, okay, from the position in which we've placed these elements. All right, so to do that, I'm going to first click on this, and then I'll hold my shift button on my keyboard, and I'll click on other elements like this music by pastor, this one. Now we have all of them highlighted. All right, now to lock them, I'll come to this these three dots here. I'll click on it. Now you can see a padlock icon, it says lock. All right, so I'll click on it, and boom, these elements are now locked. I cannot mistakenly move them. All right, so I'm also going to lock the background, because you could also move the background by mistake. So when you select the background, you can see I can lock the background right here. I click on it, and now it is locked. I can select them, but I can't move them. All right, you can see I can't move them. All right, so now I can easily move my picture within all these elements to wherever I want. So first of all, I'm going to come to this node, and I will reduce it so it fits into this picture frames. Okay, so to put it in the picture frame, you can see as I over it, just the way we changed our background, as I over the picture over it, it shows the sign. It knows you want to place this picture inside of this frame. So once you see that sign underneath, you release it, and boom, you have your picture inside this frame. Okay, so now you can do that to other frames. Let's import another pastor, which is still me. So I'm the guest minister for my music concert since it's my birthday, right? Okay, so you over the next frame. I'm still going to reduce the size because it looks a little bit big. So you over it, and boom, you release it, you have it. Let's say, okay, now this is not fitting in. So what you can do to adjust this is you double click on it, and then you can adjust it and make it fit into the frame. And when you are done, you click on done right here. Okay, so we are still going to import one more picture. Let me see. Okay, let's use the same picture. All right, so whichever works for you. I just don't have much pictures to experiment with. Let's keep using my fine picture. You can see how handsome I look here, although I'm still very handsome anyway. So in fact, I'm more handsome than this right now. You need to see how I look right now. Okay, so now we have my pictures in the picture frame. Okay, so that's how you put pictures into the picture frame. Okay, so now we have this nice and good looking design. Well, at least for a tutorial, this is not bad, because we are not taking so much time to be so 100% correct on our design guidelines. So we could manage this, at least for a music concert flyer, and it's for my birthday. Okay, so now we have this. All right, so this is how you could edit a template. We just did this on a flyer. We could also do this on an Instagram post, on a Facebook post, just like we have those templates initially. All right, so that is how you could work your way around this. And if you want to insert the text, there's still more. We still have more options right here, which we might not be able to go through in this tutorial. So we would have to do that in other tutorial, because I wouldn't want this video to be too long. Okay, so we have other options here. We could put in a text. Okay, let's say you want to add more text to this, you could put in the text. You can see we have different beautiful fonts right here that you can choose from and edit them. You cannot you won't just import them, you could also edit them. All right, so this is the fun of Canva. All right, you see how beautiful all this text are. You are invited. Okay, so let's use this font. I'll click on it once and you can see I have it here. You are invited right here. All right, you can see how beautiful this looks. Okay, I think I imported it twice, so I'm just going to drag one outside and we are going to work with this. So I will reduce the font and you can see we have it here. You are invited. You can see how beautiful this looks. Okay, you see that? Very beautiful. Okay, so you are invited, and if you click on it, you still have these options of editing it, adding effects, adding your shadows, changing the colors. You can see, so you can change it to blue, red, yellow, whichever, but we're just going to go back to this and use our previous one because I think it works with our design. So I'm just going to place it here. Okay, so and you can see them. We have tons and tons of other custom designed fonts. Okay, and if you don't want all these fancy fonts, you could just come here and choose an heading or a sub-heading. You choose it and the box pops up here. You get to enter whatever text you want to enter, and you could also edit it right here. Okay, so I'm just going to delete it because I don't need that now. Okay, so now we have a good looking flyer. All right, so this is how you edit an already made template on Canva. Okay, so now you have your design. Easy and simple, easy peasy, right? Very easy and simple. Okay, so now that we're done with the design, you want to download your design, right, and send it to your client or use it for the purpose for which you have made the design. Now to do that, it's very easy. You can come to this button right here. Oh, and before that, I mentioned earlier that Canva has a pro version. All right, so please, I want you to subscribe to my channel and watch out for the next tutorial, because in that next tutorial I'll be showing you how to use the pro version. You can see this is a free version, and you have limited access to some content, all right, on the free version. But on the pro version, you have access to beautiful templates. Okay, let me show you that. I'll just click on the template now you can see this. When you see this sign, it's a pro version. You can't use them, and most of these pro versions you find out that they are so attractive. Look at this. This is so beautiful, and it's pro. You can't have access to this as a free user. Okay, so in my next video, I'll be showing you how to have access to all these pro versions, all these pro templates, and you can easily edit them by yourself. Okay, how you can have access to them without even paying a dime. Okay, so I will be showing you that in my next tutorial. Okay, so now we want to export our design. Okay, to do that, you can see this download button here. You just click on it and it brings out options for you. So here you can select this drop down menu, and it gives you options. You can either export as PNG, as JPEG, as PDF print, MP4, whatever works for you. All right, but most of the times, if for a high quality image, I would always go for PNG. Okay, so I select PNG, and we have some other options here you could play with, but I don't go into all those. So you click on download. All right, and when you click on download, the download bar will show up, and it shows you as it's downloading on your device. So it's going to download on your device, and you're going to have access to it under your download folder, okay, on your computer. So you get to see your designs under your download folder, or whichever directory you might have selected for your downloads. Okay, so when you download it, you have your design. That's it. That's just it. You have your design, and you could use it for whatever purpose you have made the design. Sorry, this design might not be so nice, but it's just for a tutorial purpose. So let's manage this design we have here. Okay, so people, this is it. This is how to edit a template on your Canva, how to edit and create your own design on Canva. Simple and easy, right? Easy peasy. Okay, so in other tutorials we're going to be going into some of the other features I have not been able to touch here in these tutorials. Okay, so I want you to subscribe to my channel, and I also want you to like this video so that other people who are interested in learning more about Canva can have access to this video and also gain from the information I am giving out, just like you have gained. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for taking time out to watch this video. So I will see you in my next tutorial. Right, thank you and cheers. Bye.